All right, guys, welcome back to the Highly Original Podcast. I'm Joe Martino
Michael Ianieri.
And we're back on episode 6.
Episode 6, man. Unbelievable.
All right, so we are almost, we have as many episodes as the original Star Wars run.
There you go, man. Alright, so just remember that, guys. The Highly Original Podcast, Star Wars.
Yeah.
We're actually beating them right now.
And we still have yet to do
Star Wars episode.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Mike, real quick, before we get into today's episode, do you think we will eventually do a Star Wars episode?
I think...
Or, do you think we will, eventually, we'll do it, but, it'll be terrible? And then we'll just, we'll just post it anyway and be like, this is what we got. This is what we got. This is what's happening.
I think if we do a Star Wars episode, we gotta at least have someone else on. Because I feel like you and me get too passionate about it. And I think that's the problem every time so far is that you and I just got really passionate about Star Wars. And then we were both like, I don't want nobody knowing that I know
Yeah, I feel like it's like we don't, there's not enough comedy comes out of it. It's just like...
Yeah, no, well...
It's just like...
That too.
It's just like, oh, you remember this part? I don't remember this.
Yeah.
It's just us just kind of listing stuff.
The Cantina bar was actually 40 feet long, Joe. Not 39 feet. I told you this. No, yeah, that's how it sounded, though, man. It sounded like we were just arguing about Star Wars topics. And hopefully we make a Star Wars episode one day. I mean, that'd be awesome. I love Star Wars.
No, yeah.
I mean, I know how you feel about...
I don't know if you guys can hear. We're joined by a cricket tonight.
Actually, yeah, there's a cricket in the studio. Cricket, how you doing today, buddy? Oh, yeah. No
wait, let's see if it... Nah, it's not going to talk. Oh.
I hope you guys can hear it.
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome. If you guys hear that little cricket.
Because we can hear it.
You know what? It's not just any cricket.
It's a highly original cricket.
Thank you.
It's never been done before. A cricket has never been...
Well, what is a cricket?
A guest on a podcast before.
Crickets aren't even... This is a brand new thing we just made up. Crickets don't even exist.
Mike, how many podcasts have you listened to where a cricket was a co-host or a guest host?
I've never even heard of podcast.
Yeah, we're not giving him a co-host status.
No,
he's a guest host.
He's not there yet. No. He's been trying to get executive producer, but he got some more chirping to do. He's not. I don't think he's chirping enough right now. Actually, just cricket is actually a nice touch to, because every time I say something in which I think is funny and you don't respond and I hear it cricket, it just gets really funny.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys can hear this cricket, but we're gonna start the show with or without the cricket.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just reiterate some updates we did. So Mike and I have kind of been trying to formalize and correct some problems we've been having with the podcast. We are on Apple Podcasts, so if you are listening by YouTube, I mean, that's great. Continue to do so, but if you're kind of like, oh man, I don't feel like leaving the YouTube app open, I just want to listen to you guys when I'm going out, on a hike or at the gym or, something where you don't want a screen on.
Not cooking,
You can get us, you can stream us, you can download us from the Apple Podcast
on an
app
airplane?
Now. Yeah.
Traveling?
Yeah.
On a boat?
On a
car? Not while driving.
On a train.
On a train.
Could you, would you, in a house?
You know what?
Could you, would you, with a mouse?
Can I get a phone call, please? Can I call someone? Because that's a good question. I don't know if I can answer that yet. I don't know if
All right.
You just can't ask it all. Could I in a house? That's on the spot question that just can't be answered on the spot. I need time.
So, guys, we're actually, Mike is going to be Sam I Am in the live-action adaptation of Green Eggs and Ham.
I'm really excited.
All right, so let's get to the podcast subjects.
To the green meat and potatoes of it.
All right.
I had to say that.
Mike, I was kind of trying to signal to you that we're done with that bit.
So no more...
No, we're done with that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Nah. So the first thing I have is school assemblies.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I think I am kind of letting you do this one a little bit blind. This might have been one I wanted to give you a little more time with, but like Mike, I don't know. Do you remember school assemblies? Do you like what like? I have a school assembly that is burned in my head because Catholic schools. You know, I went to Catholic high school as I've told you before, and you know I told you about the school chaplain with Our Lady of Yodo. So,
right, yeah, you only die once.
So I have a story in the chamber of like another weird. I got to imagine it's a uniquely Catholic school experience, and a lot of school assemblies at the Catholic schools.
And all of us that didn't go to Catholic school,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like,
You're gonna be like, is that real?
You're kidding.
Are you messing with me?
It's always a joke, Joe. You're looking pretty serious.
No, I'm being serious. So I got like 2 in the chamber.
All right, man. Shoot.
I got 3 in the chamber. I really want to go.
Yeah.
I'll just do 2. Now, well, we'll see. We'll see.
You got him in the chamber.
Do you have any ready? Like what? Like I don't know. Like, do you remember school assemblies being weird? You remember them being fun?
I remember them being fun. Like as a kid, and everybody would in my school just overtalk the teacher and get yelled at.
Okay.
Yeah, cause some ruckus.
So that actually reminds me of this one time we were at a school assembly, right? So the whole school is in the auditorium, and it was the end of the assembly, and one of the vice principals. We had like different vice principals that did like different things. So we had like one of like student affairs, one who did like discipline.
Okay.
Well, you know, like one who did like administrative. So like they're
Right,
kind of
right.
broken down like that. So I think the student affairs vice principal I guess vice principal came out, and she starts kind of concluding the assembly, and the whole senior class just breaks out into like wild applause. And she's kind of like doesn't really know what's going on. She's like kind of like, oh, okay, and they're just like, yeah, like they're just like going crazy. Everybody's like clapping, and then like I think I was a sophomore, and sophomores we're kind of like going around like what's like lightly clapping. We're like I don't know. I turned to my one teacher, my homeroom teacher, and I'm like, because I was sitting next to her, I'm like, should we be applauding? And she just gave me like the most. I don't know, and I don't care. Like shrug, it was like, and I was just like, "What's going on?" So we lost an assembly for that. We lost an award, like a. They were gonna give us like a special assembly, like a treat assembly, like kind of like.
You lost it.
Like some sort of show.
I know what you're saying.
It got taken away from us because the senior class was like over applauding the vice principal, and it was like she was nice.
But was she the one that expelled you guys from the auditorium? Like, get out of here! Like,
no. Like, so there was gonna be another assembly, another date that was like an entertainment thing that we got. It was taken away. It was like you guys you lose that privilege.
Would people come into your school and like talk about certain things? Like,
oh yeah, you know, you'd have like missionary people. You'd have different things like that.
Right.
You know, we would have like mass.
Right.
And stuff like that.
We had a prisoner.
Did you?
We had a prisoner talk one time. We had a
All
magician.
right.
A magician.
What was that like?
A prisoner.
Oh, all right, yo. I
had a bunch of convicts.
We had a professional baseball player.
That's cool.
One time.
That's cool.
That was funny.
That actually was pretty.
You want? You got the prisoner story though?
I mean, it was just kind of like I don't know if you've seen that Key and Peele sketch. I mean, it was kind of that. Where he was like, I was just like you.
Yeah,
fell on my head.
Like Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele's like telling him all these like ridiculous things that happen.
He's like, and then I got trampled by a herd of buffalo. Dang. It was like that. Like this guy would, you know, it was right after I saw that sketch. So I just he was saying some meaningful stuff, but I was thinking some comedic stuff.
So it wasn't so much him. It was like you were just thinking of
me and my
Peele
friends
all the time. So you're just like
we're just mocking this prisoner.
It's trying to steer
you
guys on the right path.
And I'm just thinking about pianos falling on heads and Key and Peele.
No, yeah. So we had a professional. All I'll say is he was a Phillies player.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say who it was.
Okay.
But some student had won, I don't know, some sort of contest, and it's like had this athlete come to your school for the day.
Yeah.
So he comes around. I don't know. He's like hanging out with the kid. I don't know. So he comes to the assembly, and then they're like, you know, speak to the kids, the student body. And it's like clear this guy did not prepare a speech.
Yeah.
And he's just like the two things I remember, and this became like a thing that we would say at school. Like it was like a quote. We'd be just like, he was like, "You guys are the next new generation." And he was like, "I mean, I didn't go to college." Like he had like nothing to say. Like,
I'm playing baseball.
yeah, he's like I don't really know why I'm here. But like, so we would all just like walk around like, "You guys are the next new generation," which like doesn't even
I
make
didn't go to college.
like, which doesn't even. But I think he literally said, he's like, "I mean, I didn't go to college."
Was that his speech? Was that
It was bad. It was just like generic
Like,
encouragement.
don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, he like
Drink plenty of milk.
he had nothing. He had nothing to say.
Not even like about baseball.
No.
Like, not even like nothing.
No.
Wow.
But to his defense, I think he wasn't supposed to speak.
Yeah.
Like it was like the administration was like, "Oh, like say some words." And
Yeah,
he was
it's
like,
not like a
what's he
wedding.
gonna say?
Speech,
No, like yeah, like
Yeah, no, I got nothing to say to these
Yeah.
kids who look up to me.
yeah. So
Yeah, obviously. Well, I mean, at least he said something, man. I feel like some people would have been like, "Nah, I can't. I gotta go,"
no,
and like to have their manager or something take them out.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I guess. I mean, hey.
Like if you were super famous and you didn't want to speak somewhere, and you had the ability to like have a manager just kind of step in the middle and be like, "Yeah, Joe just fell on a flight of steps."
Yeah, but like I don't know. Like if you got like
I could speak anywhere. So
if
I'm
you
not,
got like two nuns coming up to you going like, "Oh, will you please speak to our
Yeah, you
student
have to at
body?"
that point.
Yeah, like what are you gonna? You'd be like, "No."
no,
Yeah, like
Darth Vader.
yeah, no, you gotta like yeah, like that's
You have to.
Yeah, like
I
there's
mean-
like this is like a bad situation.
And so he just had this short speech and like
Yeah.
did it, and all you guys took from it was like a humorous line.
yeah, we just like
and-
took two lines from
and
it.
he's probably like, "Honey, I really got through to those kids." Like he goes home like,
Nah, he's like won home to his mansion. Probably
Yeah.
played for a few more years, and never has to work again.
never had.
So like,
He's done pretty good for himself.
no, I mean, hey, you know, he wasn't prepared. So I'm not
Well,
trying to trash him or
no,
anything.
no.
It's not like he was a bad guy.
To touch on that, I will say, like as a child growing up in an auditorium, I feel like it's that mentality of like, oh man, or it's like a crowd, like at a game or something like that. Like you're much more likely to goof off and get in trouble with a group or like a whole auditorium full of your peers.
No, yeah, I mean, he probably would have done better if it was like middle schoolers.
Right.
That probably would have been a better.
What if it was like a confession setting, like he was just like talking to a priest? You think he would have been, or do you think it was like the fact that he just had too many people in front of him? Like, was it
Well,
stage fright?
he's not a public speaker.
Right, but he
I
got
think
to
that's
think
it.
like.
I think that's it. He's
Yeah.
not a public speaker.
What I mean is like, did you read like his?
I mean, I'm
demeanor?
not a public speaker.
No.
No.
All right, trust me. See, I learned something.
Like
new today.
well, I mean, I can. I don't really like
You don't
it.
really like
yeah.
it. So I like speaking publicly because I feel like I could say something dumb and I feel like I'm humorous in a way that I could make it seem like I was kidding the whole time. But in reality, Joe, I said something dumb, but I'm gonna make
No.
a joke about it. So yeah, if I had to speak at like a Catholic school, I don't know where I'd start, but it would probably be along the lines of like, you know, do good, you know, don't do bad stuff. I'll probably be just like that Phillies player.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I probably would.
I mean, if you don't have anything prepared.
Yeah, if I didn't have nothing prepared. If I had something prepared, that's
No,
different.
yeah. But I guess the one last assembly that I really remembered and I wanted to share with you. This was a perennial event, my man.
Okay.
So every year at Easter, we would have like an Easter. I guess it wasn't Easter Mass, but it was like around Easter time because like obviously we would have off on Easter, right? But like.
Right.
Because it's on Sunday, that was kind of stupid for me to say. But you know, we would have
Some
like
people don't know.
yeah, we would have like Holy Week off,
Right.
you know, and stuff like that. So it was some mass, but a senior boy would be selected every year
Okay.
to in the middle of the assembly. I guess it wasn't a mass. I don't know. It was. It had to do with Easter.
Okay, this isn't
So-
a turn of the Hunger Games, right? Like, a man was selected once a year.
So he was selected, right? So a senior boy would be selected.
Okay.
And in the middle of the assembly, he would. Now I'm starting to think this was maybe Christmas. This was either Christmas or Easter.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter.
It was a holy day nonetheless.
Yes. Anyways, so the senior would be selected, and it's a dark room. All of a sudden, a spotlight would come down on this senior, and they sat in the front. We would all sit, seniors up front, juniors, sophomores,
Right.
freshmen, right?
Right.
So the spotlight would come on. The guy would slowly turn around, and his face was all illuminated. He would just be like, "Liar!
Oh.
Lunatic! Oh Lord!" And he would recite like this like epic poem about like Jesus, and if he was like, it was like, it'd be like the question like, was he crazy? Was he a liar? Or was he God? Like, and it was like this, it was like meant to be like this impassioned speech.
Right, yeah.
But like,
you guys didn't take it that
it's
way.
very weird. It's like this melodramatic, like, and it's burned in my
I'm sure.
mind. This senior to be like, liar, lunatic, oh Lord, like,
and I'm sure
with like this intense face on.
Yeah, that probably
with
opened all your guys' eyes.
like light, like shining light in the dark room, and it's like, and like they're probably like, yo, this is so cool. Yo, these kids are gonna love this.
These kids are loving this one.
They're gonna love this.
Look at the spotlight.
And honestly, like that was always like the worst thing that they could do is like try to make it like cool,
like cinematic.
Yeah, like
no,
like it was
spotlight fog.
I think like when it most like when they weren't trying to be cool, I think that's when it was like reaching people. But when they tried to be all like trendy and like it got like corny, like
be trendy with religion.
Yeah, like just
like,
present
just present your religion.
Just present
it and enjoy
it. Yeah, just be like don't be like trying to
don't advertise.
Don't be getting a senior to do like some like coffee house slam poetry.
like with a spotlight on his face and like it's like telling a dark story.
No,
it's actually a light story.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the way
I just remember I just remember the opening line.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I don't really remember.
You can recite that one more time for us, just
liar, lunatic, oh Lord.
So I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying that.
Yeah, I mean maybe I'm sure you can find this poem.
Oh, or is it like a
online? I'm sure it's like a thing. I don't think that.
Dude,
they wrote it.
Off topic, we had a magician come to our school with an umbrella and a drill, and like.
Okay.
Hang on now, let me explain better. They had this umbrella hooked up to a drill, and it's not sounding any better. But they had this like hypnosis spiral thing on it. And like I remember, I forget how old we were, but like I guess our school was trying to like hypnotize us. I don't know what for. Like I don't know what.
It was some they were testing some new
some new
new methods of public education.
And I remember thinking to myself like what is going on? Like I think I was like 11.
Guys, that's just a joke. I'm not trying to trash public education.
I am.
I don't want it to sound like that.
No. We don't do that. We love public education. Well, I don't because I went to public education. No, I don't love public education. But the spirally hallucination, or not hallucination,
made you think you did.
Maybe I was hallucinating. Yeah, maybe I'm just nuts, Joe. Like maybe this whole thing's making sense. But no, that was probably the weirdest auditorium room full of people. It was not good. Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to hypnose. Like I can't even talk. What was he trying to hypnose us? That's not even English. What was he trying to hypnotize us with? That's what I was trying to say. I don't know what he was trying to do. For all I know, I could have went home and like.
One time we had like
something bad.
like
spilled, punched the wall or something.
Although I saw a hypnosis show when I was so I went to college very briefly to a place called King's College in Wilkes-Barre.
Okay.
That's up near Scranton.
Scranton office.
Yeah.
Okay, I know Scranton.
Yeah, so Wilkes-Barre is like they mention it on The Office. There was like one or two mentions of Wilkes-Barre, but they call it Wilkes-Barre, which I think it might be the proper. That might be the proper way to say it. I said Wilkes-Barre.
Fair.
Yeah, but yeah, they had a hypnotist at like the Student Union building one time. That was pretty cool to see that show.
Was it
like a real,
show.
Yeah,
right?
not a guy with an umbrella.
Like, woo,
Yeah. No, like this is
homework.
like this is like like a mentalist guy or something.
Stop fighting after school, kids. Look at this umbrella. It's like, okay. We're gonna fight. But now we just have a really bad memory. Some guy trying to hypnotize us. Yeah, I wish I could remember what he was trying to hypnotize us with. Maybe it was like a Men in Black thing. Like, maybe he erased my memory. Like,
your school had actually seen aliens.
I believe it. South Jersey, man, you never know.
And like this was the government's way of
erasing.
But the only memory you have is just like this weird
this
guy.
Umbrella with like a spiral spinning umbrella, just like staring into my soul. Well, an umbrella can't stare into your soul. An umbrella would have to have eyes to do that. So, yeah, Joe, I guess that was probably like my best assembly story. It's probably the worst assembly story in history.
I liked it.
I hope so.
But
I liked it.
Speaking of, you mentioned Men in Black. That kind of brings us to our nostalgic topic of the day, and I do apologize, guys. I didn't say it in the beginning of the episode, which is kind of like that's like the thing I'm supposed to do.
You know what?
So actually, this whole episode is canceled. Now, so our nostalgic topic today is the movie iRobot.
Yes.
Which, as you know, is a early 2000s. We're gonna pull everything up, but it starred Will Smith, who was also star of Men in Black. So we probably should do a Men in Black one too.
For sure.
But iRobot is based off, I think, the short story collection from 1950 by Isaac Asimov. Asimov. Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah, I think so.
Asimov. And it was like this really cool film, sci-fi film starring Will Smith that came out. What year? What year is it?
2004.
2004. Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was earlier than that. Okay.
That's crazy.
But I remember watching this a lot, and it takes place in was it like Chicago, like dystopian Chicago in like the near future or something.
Yeah.
And basically, like robots have become like humanoid robots have become like a standard in people's houses. Like they're like maids. And
like Roombas,
like nannies and
right.
stuff. And this detective, played by Will Smith, was in like a car accident, and the robot, because the robots have like these rules that they can't harm people, and like they can't harm other robots. Like there's all these things. It's like all the protocols revolve around not hurting humans.
Right.
So like, Will Smith was in a car accident with like this little girl. Everybody else had passed, and the robot came in and saved him, but not the little girl, because it calculated that Will Smith's character had a higher chance of like life.
Yeah,
like be able to like viability, be able to like survive it. So since then, he's like hated robots. He doesn't trust them. He thinks that they're just machines. They can't make rational decisions. So there's like I don't know if you remember, there's like a company, they're making a new brand of robot.
Right.
And basically there's one robot that the creator, the founder of the company made that's like can think for itself, named Sonny. And as you guys can probably assume, as with sci-fi films, the new robots turn out to be bad because the AI in charge of the company,
Went Terminator.
Yeah, goes Terminator. It's like we gotta protect the people by like essentially enslaving them, and I think like the founder of the company like allegedly commits suicide.
Okay.
And Will Smith's character is like investigating that, and as that comes, like the robots like start to like take over. He teams up with Sonny, the other one, and then there's like so it was a pretty good one. I don't know if you remember a lot of it.
I definitely do, and for some crazy reasons, man. Let's be real quick. Like I'll never forget, I was losing a tooth. This is how long ago this movie was. I was like 7 years old, 8 years old, and I remember this was on TV. I had it on DVD.
Yeah. All right.
And Yeah, no, I had it on DVD. And I remember like my tooth was like loose and just like about to fall out. And I remember that was like distracting me from like the pain of my tooth. And I think my tooth fell out in that movie. And I remember all of that was bugging out with my tooth falling out. I was so scared. And that movie just like took my mind off it, and I lost my tooth in that movie. It was great.
Were you scared of the movie at all?
Yeah, I was horrified, man. Not like super scared, like I was with like like a horror film.
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't sure as to what I was seeing. Like I didn't understand like everything you just explained. Like at that time, I didn't.
Yeah.
I just saw, the robots are bad. I know Will Smith, he's good.
Yeah.
Like get the robots. I guess all I knew. So But like the concept though is freaky, especially like today, like, with everything getting really advanced, like with artificial intelligence. They have robots that mow your lawn for you now, and they're just like RC cars that like cut grass. They have blades on them, and they think for themselves. That's not good.
Here, let's put a pin in that, because definitely I have some thoughts on that. Okay. I just really wanted to rewind being afraid of this movie. So my cousins had this on DVD, right?
Right.
And that's where I watched, because when I told you in the last episode that I went and saw The Dark Knight. So I used to stay at my cousin's house in South Jersey when my parents went away on their anniversary.
Right.
So I would watch a lot of movies. I got listen to a lot of music that they were listening to, because they were a little bit older than me.
Right.
So I remember one time I was there, and they were big fans of this movie, and my cousin Kristen was talking to me about it before we were going to watch it. She's like, Joe, are you sure you want to watch it? This is like really scary. Like, are you sure? Are you sure? And she kept saying, I'm like, yeah. And we're watching the menu screen, and there's like, the menu, DVD menu screen, like glitches, and like it was all like, set in that thing. Yeah. And I'm like, she like said this to me like 4 times, like, Joe, this is really scary. This is really scary. And eventually, like, she's like, are you sure you want to? I'm like, and eventually I was like, no, I don't want to watch it now. Like, this, I'm scared now.
Really?
Because she had she scared me into not wanting to watch it. And then like immediately she was like, Joe, are you kidding me? Like, come on. She was like mad at me. And I was like, for the past 5 minutes you've been telling me I can't watch it because I'm gonna be too scared of it.
And then what happened? Did you end up
I think that year we didn't watch it. And then, like, the next year I watched it, and then it kind of became, like, a thing to watch it, but...
It was scary, man. I definitely was afraid of, like, these robots killing me.
Well, I wasn't afraid of it once I watched it, but, like, it was just because my cousin was, like, just telling me, like, this would be the most terrifying thing, and I couldn't handle it, so I was, like... Eventually I was, like, okay, I guess not. I can't handle it. So...
I feel like... Do you think there's adults that found that movie scary, or do you think it was just because we were children? Like you said, your cousin made it scary for you just by saying
it wasn't the movie that was scary.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you think there are adults out there at the time that were like, "Ooh, this is actually a horror." Like, this is.
I don't know about that, but I think what you were kind of getting at with it's like existentially or philosophically scary. Because you were talking about like they're making all these things that like can think for themselves. I don't know if you see this, but there's like. I'll see online every once in a while. They're like, they got like this human-looking robot,
man,
and they're like, scientists are like, we're so close to like they want to make this robot think for itself. It can think for itself, and I'm just like, why would you want to do that? Like,
yeah, man.
I'm really not for self-thinking.
If I'm
AI, like I really do not.
Listeners, correct me if I'm wrong. Joe, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Google just recently have to kill like an AI because they said it was actually violating human rights? Like they had to actually shut it down because they said it was so aware.
I think I remember hearing something like that.
It was recently a freaky article. I was like, man, like can you imagine
that's the other thing. Like
there's
the robots I'm talking about where they can like talk to you and stuff. And then
you're talking about androids.
There's like the computer programs that are like self-awareness in like that scary like Terminator sense.
So you combine those two. Man. You combine like humanoid like android.
They'll be like we're so close to giving it like.
It's so close to what? Like
to make it like think for itself. I'm like, why would you want that?
Yeah, man. That's just
sometimes people. I'm like, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
No, yeah.
And I don't know. You guys can say I'm maybe being like a
You
pessimist.
see what AI is doing? They have apps now. You can download an app and it does AI, artificial intelligence art for you. And you literally put in like for example, Will Smith and robot. And like, that's a terrible example. You could put in like, like chicken wing and a tree or something like random. Like the most random things. And this AI will like paint like a picture. Like,
See,
that's so crazy to me that artificial intelligence could like.
I don't care about that so much.
That freaks me out.
I don't want it to like think.
You gotta think that's thinking. Like that's
For itself.
sitting there and creating this thing.
And
like,
I don't know if it was a joke or not, but I saw like, I think I saw an article. It might have been a joke article, but it was like scientists are like creating an AI that is a psychopath because they're just like feeding it violent content.
I definitely heard that.
Like
yeah.
why? Like why?
They were feeding it as much like violent content as they could, or they were trying to make it write a horror movie. I think that was. I think that's what it was.
Like, why? Why?
They were trying to have the perfect horror movie written. I think I may be wrong, but I definitely remember
Why?
that they were feeding it like just terrible, terrible stuff, like footage of like death and decay and dying, and this artificial intelligence was like consuming all this.
Yeah, like,
and
I just.
yeah,
I don't know.
it's freaky,
I don't
man.
understand it. I don't and I know there are a lot of people who are like pretty pro AI
Yeah.
and stuff, and I mean, like, I understand the use for some of it, but I don't want them to think like people.
Yeah, no.
I
freaky.
think Saudi Arabia gave citizenship to one of these androids.
Really.
Like, I don't know. I'm not joking. Like, I think that was something like from a few years ago.
Well, I just saw there's like an
hey,
artificial intelligent rapper now or something like that. That's under some hot water. Like,
Oh yeah,
maybe it's not AI. Maybe it's like somebody else doing the lyric writing.
It's like from Britain, right?
Yeah, something, bro. It's like a cartoon like rapper. It's like this animation, but supposedly it's AI, and this big controversy going around that this guy is writing all these lyrics for this robot, and it's not actually artificial intelligence. And I feel like people are like able to fake that pretty easily.
Okay.
Today.
I don't know. I mean, I will say I have seen some funny AI like scripts and stuff.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? Like where it's like they make like AIs like write like speeches. Or
I saw. They were not
write a horror film.
Yeah,
or something.
no,
Like,
yeah,
it's just
it's
like
like-
they're just like cartoonishly like.
And then the woman picked up a banana,
Yeah.
and clobbered the wooden spoon over the head with it. It's like what?
Yeah, it's like like stuff like that. It's like all this like just like random cliches,
Like, yeah,
just like
it's
all
like, when
like
you just kind of like.
all like packed together.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know, man. Artificial intelligence. I just feel like you said. Come on, people! Like, watch iRobot if you haven't seen it. It's not good.
But like,
Well, it's
really,
good.
man, I kind of like, yeah, I believe like these
Like search and rescue's fine, dude.
these films like iRobot, Terminator, like I do think like, yeah, I think it's science
They can
fiction, but like,
definitely come
I,
true. Yeah,
I
Star
think
Trek
it's like
predicted the cell phone. If you could,
Yeah.
you watch early Star Trek and you look at 2022 culture, and it's like,
yeah, it's
yeah,
just
they came
like,
true.
yeah, maybe it won't be like Arnold Schwarzenegger like
Yeah, no, going,
shooting us with a shotgun.
No, it's
But
gonna
it could
that.
be like, it just
Yeah,
launches
right.
all of our nuclear missiles at once or something like
Yeah,
like that.
that's
Like
freaking terrifying, man. Like that is not good. Like that's freaky, man. That
Yeah.
I gotta even think about that. Like
Yeah.
launching all our like military weapons on.
yeah, I
us.
feel like that would be how it would do it.
And
Like,
then,
I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
just-
be hurt. You know what I mean? It's artificial intelligence.
Yeah, because it can like survive. I don't know. I don't know.
That'd be freaky, man. That's. Yeah, I hope that doesn't come true.
I don't know. Are we getting too tinfoil hatty?
I think we're getting too. No, I
we,
actually ran out of tinfoil. I got saran wrap. Saran wrap hats?
Saran wrap hats?
We're a different kind of foil hat wearers. Yeah.
Nah, but
I think we're just. That's a serious topic, man.
Yeah,
Robots.
I do not want the AI to be this advanced. I'm against it.
I will say, let me tell you this. When I saw iRobot, like weeks later, I remember the SpongeBob episode, and the robot was chasing him or something like that. And then they thought Mr.
That
Krabs
is one
was
of the
a robot.
best bits. Like they
Dude.
just got there's just a guy running in
Yeah,
place.
just in front of a green screen. That was awesome.
Like cardboard box
Dude,
robot.
as a kid, that
actually
was so
scared you?
unnerving to me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, dude. That was it was too much of a coincidence that I seen those two things at the same time. Like,
That
that was
is-
freaky.
That is a fantastic episode.
It was freaky. Nah, it was a great episode.
That
Though,
was
man.
a
He's like,
fantastic
beep,
episode.
boo, boo, bop. Beat?
He's like,
No. Beep, boo, boo, bop, boop.
he like
Beep, boo, bop.
SpongeBob like slaps him, and he's like, you gotta ask him a question first. He's like, what color is my underwear? And just
Yeah.
like slaps him right in the face, like.
Then he like break his cash register and like.
Yeah, he's like they're taking all these electronics and like smashing them as if they're his friends.
My blender.
And he's just listing prices.
Yeah. Hey, we're all his friends. They're
He's like,
robot
that was $150.
$3.99. Yeah, he's just like getting sadder and sadder. That was a great episode.
But I
They had,
think-
like tied up.
What was my favorite part of that episode was definitely, and I'll just like say this it's like one of those things I randomly like just think about and say. It's like like they're like, call the Navy, and like he like SpongeBob like reaches like the Navy. It's like, you've reached the Navy hotline, and he's like, Squidward, the robots have taken over the Navy, and then Squidward's just like, not the Navy.
Not the Navy. I remember that. Yeah.
That's like my favorite line.
SpongeBob. I don't know, man. That was just like, I didn't mean to get off topic with SpongeBob, but that was just a funny like instance I remember. I remember watching iRobot being scared. I remember seeing that SpongeBob episode being horrified. I was like, I don't know, too much robots for me, man.
No, yeah, but I guess
Well, let me ask you one question.
yeah,
though,
yeah,
real
no,
quick,
of course, yeah.
Just you know, on the topic of robots, would you mind if like there was an astromech unit, like R2 unit, and it had AI and it was able to think for itself, but it was like
But is it like an R2D2?
it's like R2D2,
Like
yeah.
Star Wars droids? Because they weren't all like threatening.
No, but
Like
what,
C3PO was like, oh, voice crack there, guys. C3PO was a good.
interpreter droid.
Yeah, he's just like a good guy.
But like if they basically recreated C3PO and gave him artificial intelligence.
Well, I think he did, right?
But that's like I'm saying in real life though. Like no, in the movie is one thing, but like make believe they actually like.
But see, that's the key, man. I think Star Wars is make believe. I
You can't really.
I don't know. Maybe I'm
be...
being too pessimistic, but I'm like thinking like
Nah.
I don't know. I feel like a real free-willed AI that could turn like
Terrible, but I feel like if it was dressed up like C3PO though, man, I might be blind to it.
I don't know. I mean,
I may let it.
But all
take me
right,
to slaughter,
not to
I
get
guess.
like too deep. Not to get too deep, but do you think that you could actually give, like, do you think a robot could actually ever feel, or do you think it could just simply be programmed to react to certain things? You know what I mean? Like, because like sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, we're so close to giving him actual emotions." I'm like,
How do
can
you
you
know?
really give it real emotions?
I don't know. How do you know? Like, and even then, like even if it is like displaying emotion, maybe it was just programmed. Like,
Yeah, like,
I just
yeah.
don't believe it. I don't know, man, because I can't fathom like being a conscious mind that didn't experience like growing up and learning through like you know trial and error and like you know being a child and like I just couldn't imagine like this mind just wakes up and I don't know. I believe it. I mean, obviously AI is real. Like I definitely believe.
Yeah, but
it.
is it the?
But is it?
Do you
is
think
it,
it'll ever be the same?
like
level
like
as,
how you and me are
Yeah.
conversating? Like I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Or can it just
Sadly,
simply react to what's being
Sadly,
said?
I believe that it's just up to like who programmed them. I feel like they could look like they're feeling something. They could look like they could sound like they're being emotional to one thing, but I feel like at the end of the day, it's
I
all.
think Jimmy Fallon had one of these androids on his show.
Okay,
And,
that's
look this up real quick
that's
because this is the one that I think got citizenship to Saudi Arabia. Just type in I just wanna talk about this one because it said something really disturbing. Sophia, that's it. Sophia, the robot.
Just kind of, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna cut that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Sophia the robot is like is this the thing that I was talking about? And I think here just type in Sophia the robot into like yeah because this I I believe that like Saudi Arabia gave citizenship. There, yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. So
2017.
yeah, and in this interview with Jimmy Fallon, it like makes a joke. It makes a joke about like taking over the world, and then like gives like this really creepy smile. I'm like, even Jimmy Fallon's like freaked out, and I'm like thinking like this isn't funny. Like the creator of this thing should unplug it now. Like it's not funny.
See, like I remember seeing that, I was thinking at first, like I was so skeptical. I was like, nah, man. Someone's like got a microphone, and they're just feeding all this. Like this is all bull. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, nah, man. Why would someone fake this? You know what I mean? And then I started really thinking. I was like, dang, this is freaky. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain this. Like I don't know, man. I had no explanation for like even it said I saw somewhere that this robot lives like a life of agony because it's like I guess trapped in this like robot body or something like that it didn't want to be in or whatever.
But is it like yeah?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, do I believe it? I don't know. I guess that's the cynicism in me, cynicalness. The cynic. That's the Honda Civic in me. That's I don't know that word. But I'm Joe.
Built Ford tough. All right.
Built Ford tough.
No, so
that's how they should like. You know what? I feel like I would not be as scared of AI if they were always like introduced like a pickup truck. Like
okay.
This really scary robot that could take over the world comes with a dual Hemi, peanut butter and jelly hand, and a rifle in the other.
Now,
built Ford tough.
Kind of staying on this topic of technology, the last thing I wanted to talk about today was first phones. So, Mike, what was your first phone?
My first phone, I think, was some like god awful like Nokia something. I remember my first phone that I like enjoyed.
Okay.
I remember it was called a Xenon.
Okay.
Xenon. I remember it came in like so many different colors.
It had like the sliding.
It was like the screen was touchscreen, and like you slide to have the keyboard on it. Yeah, I love that phone, man. That was definitely like the best thing in the world when I got that. That's the phone I remember I remember the name of, and you know what I mean. The other one I had, I don't know. It was just like a gray.
Okay, yeah.
My mother gave it to me, and she was like, "Here's a cell phone." And I was like, "Damn!" And I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." And I
yeah, those Nokias. Have you seen the memes about the Nokias? How they were like indestructible?
Yeah, no. Well,
yeah. I remember my dad had one.
Motorola Razr flip phones were like that. Too.
Oh, really?
You could like throw
so
them.
I didn't have a Razr.
Nah.
No.
I had a Razr at one point.
My first phone was like a Samsung Flip.
Yeah,
that was like
Samsung
prepaid. Flip. And I think I might have even had to buy my own cards, or my parents would buy me minutes, but it was like very like limited. Like sometimes like I had to buy the minutes or something, or I'd get them as like gifts. So I only had like a certain amount of minutes that first phone.
Do you have any like memories of, like buying a game on an old phone, like that Snake game?
Well, unless it came with it, no. It was a prepaid phone. I couldn't.
Oh yeah, like a prepaid phone. There's just like I remember on my old whatever the heck it was, like Nokia or whatever it was. There was a setting in which you could buy games on this like on their internet, whatever year this was, like 2004, 5.
Okay.
I remember I got in a lot of trouble.
Wait, you had your first phone?
I think I was like 7 or 8. Yeah. Because I
was 11.
I used to walk home from school and stuff, though. You know what I mean? Like, and
and not only, I think it was like
phone was more warranted.
And I think it was like my godmother's doing that actually got me my first phone. Yeah. It was like she was just like, give the boy a phone. Was it broke my parents?
Was it for like give him a phone? It's fun, or was it for like give him a phone? Like God forbid something happens. Because that's like
it might have been like for
my grandmother.
It was just like it might have been more of like it's just like clear that like this is the way of the world. Like
my grandmother did it for like
now.
It was more like a security thing. Like,
okay.
It was more like if he's walking home or if there's ever an emergency.
Okay.
I remember that's what like they told me to do with it. Like, yeah, don't use it for anything else. Like, I remember it was like, don't call anybody. You're gonna be.
Yeah.
It's like everything costs money.
Yeah, that's how it used to be.
Dude, yeah.
Like you like accidentally click on like the internet.
Yeah.
Remember that? And like you had to like rapidly just
trouble.
like exit out, exit. I remember doing that on my like dad's phone and stuff. I was like, I gotta get out. I gotta get out of this.
I ended up buying like this weird Family Guy game in like 2005 on my. I think my mom's phone. And I don't know. I didn't know I bought it. I didn't know anything. I just saw Family Guy. Like I was just clicking all these buttons. I clicked install, and it didn't even tell you a price, dude. Like it was just like charged like a phone bill. My mom, man, she flipped out. She was like, why would you do that? Like you didn't tell you how much it was. I forget how much it was. It probably wasn't much. And I was like, no. I didn't know it cost any money.
It might have been I feel like early on they were like expensive. Like it wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
it was probably like $15.
Yeah, like it was like a lot.
Dude, I don't remember playing that game once. Like I don't remember playing it. I don't even remember what the game was like. I just remember getting in trouble for it.
Nah, yeah, but I remember my second phone was a Juke, Samsung Juke,
yeah, man.
which was essentially like an iPod, but it like so you would have it like it was like a kind of looked like a flash drive, like a big flash drive, and it would be like it would be like an iPod, right? And then you would like flip it and would like flick out like a switchblade. Yeah, so of course I wanted it because it looked like
a switchblade.
A switchblade. So I'm like, it's probably like, I don't know. It looked like when the Juke came out, but and I never used it as an iPod. I don't know. I think because we had Apple Music. We had iTunes, so. That's actually the one I had. This one that you just pulled up, the red Juke. That is literally the one I had. I think it's still in my house somewhere. I hope that
it was announced in 2004.
Okay. 2007. Yeah, I think that's like when I had it. I hope I still have it because it's cool. But
wow, hang on guys. This old phone, 10-day battery life. 10-day battery life. I would love that right now.
Oh my gosh.
10 days. That's crazy.
But it had like
half days.
It had like headphones that like couldn't fit like regular headphones.
Yeah.
So like you couldn't even like you had to buy special headphones. Like it was just like
it's like a whole hassle.
And you had to get like this new type of like way to download. It was like the competitor to Apple.
Yeah, it was like
I didn't have it. It was a Rhapsody.
Yeah, Rhapsody.
Yeah, so I didn't have that, so I could never put any music on. I think I like recorded music or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did like something.
Joe's out here like jamming out the ringtones.
Yeah, I recorded some actual songs. I think.
Oh yeah.
But it was like impossible to text on because like the keyboard was like like the size of your thumb, like.
Texting on old phone.
But it looked like a switchblade, so I wanted it.
Exactly. And it could also look like a blaster.
Yeah, because you're like a little kid. You want like this like sci-fi flip blade thing. Yeah. I'm like,
and what's crazy? Like these kids today with their Oculus virtual reality. Like, could you imagine handing them the Juke phone that gave you so much joy because it looked like a switchblade?
Yeah.
And it's like my sister, and she'll just be like, "What? Like,
what's this control the thermostat?"
Like, I'm not on weapons yet. It's like, no, it's a phone. It's a phone. It's a prehistoric phone.
Yeah, I loved the Juke though.
Yeah.
I loved it. It did bring me so much joy.
Was that like the longest now when I say like I mean like pre-iPhone, pre-smartphone, is that like the longest phone you've owned? Like did it have the longest life?
Well then I had another like one that you like
BlackBerry?
No, it wasn't a BlackBerry. It was like you flipped it out and slide the keyboard.
Yeah, there's so many like that.
I had that until I was a junior in high school, man. I didn't get a smartphone until I was like 17 because you know what happened to that one?
What?
It fell in a urinal at Texas Roadhouse and
Did you leave it?
Well, I mean, it fell in my pocket. Into a urinal.
You just left it there?
Oh, no, I didn't just leave it there, but, like, it was done.
Was it gone there?
Yeah, like, it was, like a
I did
I'm not gonna use that.
I dropped the phone in a toilet at I think some Christmas party because my brother was like a little kid and I had to take him to the bathroom at one. I remember I was 8 and I was like, hey, like sit down on this toilet. And I remember I was talking with my hands and my phone just went plop. Right, and it was like a razor or something. It was some kind of flip phone. I just remember I was so mad at my brother. I was like, why would you do that?
No, yeah, but
great story. That was a great story. I'm sure you love that story I just told Joe.
It's alright, man.
Those phones they're terrible, man. I mean,
now? Do you? I like the smartphone.
I love the smartphone.
But do you ever wish you could go back to some of these cool designs?
I wish I can go back to just not so much the designs, but just to what it was like before the smartphone. Because I feel like life was so much better. It's great now.
I remember that first iPhone though. I do. My aunt had one.
Yeah.
Same aunt that got me the
first iPhone, right? Yeah. iPod, yeah. My mom had one. Me and my brother were sitting there I used to play Star Wars app, and it was just like a lightsaber, and you just click the button and go boom.
That was the coolest.
That was the greatest. We take all the lights out. I've
never seen anything like this.
I was like, whoa, it's a lightsaber. It was little square. But dude, it felt great. I remember Angry Birds. Super popular. That took over the world.
I like Fruit. The Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja was amazing.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Cool. What was it? Subway Surfers?
Yeah, what was it? Temple Run?
Temple Run, yeah. Temple Run was the OG.
Temple Run was creepy because that thing was chasing you.
Yeah, what were those?
I don't know, but they were pretty...
I think they're monkeys with golden skulls on them.
Oh, I thought they were
freaky.
Badger-looking things.
Yeah, they didn't look like the Wizard of Oz things with the wings.
They were
They were freaky.
They actually did kind of freak me out. I was like, man, I'd be running too.
Yeah, no, Subway Surfer, just some guy who just some Subway worker.
Yeah.
Hey, and he chases you every time. Nah, those early iPhones though, man. I mean, they really I don't know. I just remember being amazed, like you said, you were 17, you got your first iPhone.
Yeah.
Were you just on it all night?
I don't know. I was probably just finally, because I feel like at that point everybody had them by then or had a smartphone.
Right.
I feel like I was one of the last.
Did you have an iPod before?
Oh yeah.
iPod. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the Nano, the Shuffle, and then the real old one. That was my favorite. Because that one had so much memory and you could play games on it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I remember that was branded.
Was it the Mini?
Mini.
I like the Nano. The Shuffle, the one I had was the one you clip onto your shirt.
Yeah,
I hated that one.
I always saw people do that. I thought that was
Yeah, I was not. I didn't like that one.
It's what are you trying to do? Look like I don't know, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think at one point I think my dad's company gave him an MP3 player. He wasn't gonna use it, so he gave it to me.
Was it a Walkman?
I don't even know. I don't know what this brand was, but I just remember the only song that we were able to download that I knew was "Somewhere Beyond the Sea" by Bobby Duran. So I would just I would just be listening to "Somewhere Beyond the Sea," because whatever music my mom was using, she had that song, and that was the only one that I knew, and I just remember listening to that one.
I will say though,
and then at one point I had a pen that had a radio. Did you ever have a pen radio?
I think I did.
Do you remember that?
Headphones or something like that?
Yeah,
I think so, dude.
And it would last you 2 hours before the battery died.
I think
it was literally a pen that was
a radio. Yeah, they had FM radio.
Yeah.
I definitely remember that. Do you remember the pen that also you could draw? Oh my god, you could draw a keyboard, a piano, and you could play it.
No.
Dude, I would always see. I wish I could find that now. I could definitely find that. I gotta research that. That's just funny though. Think about that. Back then there was a pen with a radio.
Yeah.
On it. Now there's 3D printing pens.
And I remember that being groundbreaking.
Yeah. And I'm wow.
And for the longest time, my parents wouldn't even let me take my iPod to school for the bus ride. And I had a long bus ride.
Yeah.
But they were afraid I was gonna lose it. So they gave me a CD player with a headphones. So I had that. I had a Walkman for.
I remember having all my CDs, man, and a big folder, a binder.
Yeah,
cause
I had a folder that came with
the radio pen
with the CD. containers.
Yeah? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
school binder. I can't because it's like
God, it's like.
But yeah, I was so happy once like they were like, all right, you can take your iPod.
Yeah.
But I guess for like a while when the technology first came out, it was like state of the art, expensive.
Yeah,
like
man.
it was like it wasn't
crazy.
just like commonplace.
Nah, it was like the Xbox 360. Like, ooh, Xbox. Like now, that's like nothing. Like people wouldn't even play that anymore. But at the time, it was like groundbreaking. Like now, there's Xbox, whatever. Like
Yeah, what number of them?
I don't even know. I think it was like 1, and then like there's a newer one, I guess.
So
I don't even know.
Xbox 2?
I guess Xbox 3.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know the order of Xbox, but I just like remember though, man. Like, yeah, you can't.
They really jumped the gun with the 360, and it just got confused.
Yeah.
Like, how are we gonna have
Xbox 360, Xbox
One?
Xbox 360 Part 1, 2.
Highly original podcast?
The highly original Xbox podcast 360. No, I don't think that's.
So we just
That's not what they call
we just wanna shout out Dennis. Hope you're listening, buddy.
Dennis.
And,
We hope you're doing good. We miss you.
And as always, please please like and subscribe. We're gonna wrap up for tonight.
Yeah, I hope you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
After all the hard work again in a week.
All that drama.
Not hard work, just buffoonery
Buffoonery.
on my end. I feel like Joe was like, what's that, whack-a-mole? I'm just this like mole that keeps coming out like 2 more days and he hits it. 2 more days and he hits it with a hammer.
Nah,
That's how I felt.
Nah, it's like it's not even that. You like just stop speaking.
Yeah, I was gone, man.
There are times where I do think like something has happened.
Something's happened. No, that's
like-
usually, yeah. That's,
I'm like Mike may have
Dude.
been in some kind of accident.
Mike
God
was
forbid.
abducted by aliens.
Like there are times, man, where I really don't know. I'm like, what happened to you?
Next time, if I don't answer, think about this. What if Will Smith saved me from AI?
But there are times where I'm like, you know what? I don't care if he answers me or not. When it's recording day, I'm showing up at his house.
just show up.
Like, I'm just gonna show up.
House. This is a studio, Joe. This is a studio.
Sorry.
This is not my house. Come on. That's crazy or what? Hold on. No, I'm kidding. This is my house. This is also a studio.
All right.
It's a great time.
No, yeah. So, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I just keep listening, like, subscribe, and follow, man. We're episode 6. Episode 7's coming.
All right.
Coming.
Take care.
Yeah.